Another episode of The Successful Driver here in the Clear Simple Used Truck Buying Studio. And we have a recurring guest. We brought somebody back. We're really hyped about it. Sonny Grillo out of Chicago. Sonny, what's
Hello,
good, buddy?
how you doing, Ken?
Man, it's been a minute. What's good in Chicago?
Man, wheeling and dealing, helping company drivers become owner-operators, building their empire, and becoming their own boss.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about this. And this is why we brought you on, because, you've kind of championed the concept of being your own boss in a different way than we've seen anybody in our company do it. And it's something that you're passionate about. What has brought that passion to you?
Well, with me being here for the past 7 years now, since March of this year, I've been here 7 years. I started off in sales, and I was moved up to finance manager, which I've been doing now for the past 4 years. Um, you see so many different people come in here and to the dealerships, and their goal is, to get out of that company driver life and becoming their own boss, because that's essentially what they're doing. It's like opening up a business. Being a trucker and having your own truck, you are your own boss. You are running your company.
No, for sure. It's just, it's so fascinating because you've really just taken, just that. And you've also just kind of put a point of emphasis on trying to help those people specifically. How did that start, and what is it turned into for you at this point?
It's definitely become a passion of mine, seeing people succeed, and, especially for individuals that never even had the thought of becoming an owner operator, and they just came on in and just to see if they had the ability to do so by either A, financing a truck, or B, saving up their money and paying cash outright for a truck. It's been great to see people, especially for being here 7 years, helping them obtain their first truck, and then within the span of 7 years, see them go to 5, 6, even 2 trucks, continuously building it up, building their empire, seeing them succeed, giving them the knowledge and the tools they need. Because, with being a finance manager, it's not just, hey, let me get the deal done and I'll see you on your way. Every customer has my cell phone number. I give them every bit of knowledge that they need for the next step. Okay, so yes, you got your truck now. Great. Now the next step is, are you going to do your plates with your company, or are you going to get your own plates? After that, I highly recommend to everybody to start looking into getting their own authority.
What's the, I guess let's start with this. What is the biggest challenge for someone that wants to have their own authority or start having their own authority? Just start there. What's the biggest challenge for them?
The biggest challenge to obtaining your own authority is the cargo insurance. I believe it's like a $10,000 to $20,000 down payment in order to obtain it.
So that's that kind of the biggest barrier, and that's the biggest thing that you kind of see people that might be wanting to make that jump experience.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, to get your authority, first and foremost, you need a truck.
Yeah.
You have to have a truck running, at least one truck running under authority to obtain an active status, or an authorized status. But then the next step after that would be to obtain the cargo insurance. But once you obtain that, I mean, the sky's the limit. The ability that you'll have, being, like I always say, be your own boss. You're not stuck to one company. If something's not, jiving right, hey, I'm out of here. I'm going to go do my own thing over here. And especially with these drivers and having the knowledge and becoming their own boss, they got to have that drive to keep on pushing. And if something's not working right with this company, at least you have that option to veer off and find other opportunities.
What do you think? You've been talking to a lot of people and helping a lot of people become their own boss. What do you think is something that someone that is thinking about becoming their own boss may not realize as a benefit to becoming their own boss until they're actually in it. So like some of the success stories or some of the things that you're hearing from people that have already made that jump, what is one of the things that they come back to you with as a positive that they didn't realize when they started?
With especially with people making that jump from a company driver, even an owner operator through the fleet, if they're leasing the vehicle from the haul source, one of the positive things I'm seeing is they have there's so many different options for them, especially when they make that jump and getting their own truck, getting their own plates. They're not held to one place. So they can find what works for them to help them be successful down the road. And just the 4 years I've been here, I've helped hundreds of people get their own trucks. And I see reoccurring people coming here on a yearly, every 3 months basis. I just helped a gentleman now obtain his third truck in 4 years. Every time he comes back to me, and we just keep helping him add to the fleet.
What's the biggest obstacle from somebody wanting to go from one truck to two trucks?
The biggest obstacle is I see right now is finding the right driver to put in there, someone that you could trust to carry on that truck, especially if you have a truck note. I mean, the last thing you want is to hire anybody off the street, and then they're in Nevada and you're out of Illinois, like how we are, and your driver's like, all right, well, I'm out of here. I don't like the way this is going, and they leave the truck in Nevada.
Yeah.
So if you're adding multiple trucks, the hardest obstacle for a boss is finding someone that you can trust and rely on.
How cool is it to see someone go from one truck to two trucks or multiple?
It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I'm so grateful and appreciative to be here and have that ability to help individuals, whether it be one truck or it be 10 trucks. I am so happy to see the joy in their face, because a lot of times too, a company driver will come in here and be like, oh, I'll never be able to get a truck on my own. It's just not going to happen. And I just tell them, listen, if you give me the opportunity to go above and beyond for you, that's exactly what I'll do. But all I ask is the opportunity to do so. I can't do nothing for you if you don't give me that opportunity.
No, and for sure. Yeah.
Once we do it, just the enjoyment and appreciation they have, especially when it comes to obtaining the truck, getting great terms for them, because I'm constantly negotiating with different banks, constantly working with the warranty company, always protect the investment. I mean, a lot of people see it as, oh man, that's a big number. Well, if you're going to pay about $14,000 for something over the course of 4 years, 400,000 miles, you're guaranteed something's going to happen to that truck. Apologize. We actually just had a gentleman who, after 2 years of ownership, he had a 15 Cascadia. 2 years after ownership, he had a $20,000 overhaul. Now, when he first sat in my office, he was a company driver that became an owner operator. He's like, I don't want it. I'll figure it out. It'll be okay. And I said, trust me, trust the process. Trust me. You were going to thank me later on. And no lie, man, 2 years later, he texted me and he said, hey, I'm a man of my word. I'm letting you know. I'm so happy I listened to you, because a $20,000 overhaul on his Freightliner Cascadia only cost him $150.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah, I'm sure you hear a lot of success stories like this, and you kind of just said stick to the process. What is the process for you?
Process for me is, and what I like to do, because I have a lot of, I try to get a lot of leads, and I try to be on social media as well. I have my own TikTok showing all the customers I've helped. I show inventory. It's Sonny Grillo at Aero Truck Sell Shy. The process for me is just, getting the relationship with the customer, finding out their backstory, seeing what they're looking to accomplish. And whether it be now or 6 months from now, I'm going to give you the tools you need to obtain your truck, to build your empire, to be your own boss. And if it's not today, I know that I'm going to be in the back of your mind when you're ready to make that move.
What are the big pieces of becoming your own boss through Aero Truck Sales?
Making sure you have a haul source lined up that, as soon as you grab this truck, it's going to go right to work. In my opinion, everything that I ever buy, I always protect it with an extended warranty, whether it be on my home, whether it be on my vehicle, whatever the case may be. It's not if, it's when. And it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So that's one thing I stress out so much to my clients is protect your investment. This is a moving piece of equipment. Something is going to go wrong. It might not be right away. It might not be 6 months from now, but especially if you're protecting your investment with a 3-year, 300,000 or a 4-year, 400,000, something's going to happen on these trucks. It's inevitable. It's a used piece of equipment. You're putting 80,000 pounds on it. Something's going to go wrong. So with having that backstory, the goals that the customer's trying to achieve, picking out the right vehicle that suits what they need it for, and, just getting the right setup for them so they're comfortable where they know they can make good money, make their payment, and then come back, whether it be 8 months, a year, 2 years from now, when it's time for them to add on another driver or, trade in and get another truck.
Sonny, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate all your time. Just tell us again where people can find you.
Sonny Grillo, Aero Truck Sales Chicago. We're actually located in Bolingbrook, Illinois. Anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to call me, text me. My cell phone number is 708-200-5719. I'm that confident that I can help you out. So you have my cell phone number.
That's Sonny Grillo in Chicago. This has been another episode of the Successful Driver Podcast. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll catch you later.